Vedas. Don't even recommend, don't even touch the Vedas, there is no God. He taught something called Shunyavada philosophy. We say in the prayer of Srila Prabhupada. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Shunyavadi means everything is void. Buddha taught that once you die, everything is void. Nirvana, they say. The technical term is called Nirvana. They say there is no God. As long as you exist in this world, you follow only non-violence. That was his major teaching. Non-violence, no God. Ignore all the scriptures. Now, many people subscribe to his philosophy because Buddha was a prince. He himself has followed this path and common people followed him, and Buddha philosophy was spreading everywhere. Now again, it's the duty of the God to introduce him. People cannot be ignorant like that. And now, someone has presented zero concept. This Buddha. Can you directly present one concept now? Directly can you say God is person and change the people? It's difficult. So they have come intermediate stage. This way the Shankaracharya came into picture. So Shiva Purana says that Lord Shiva, he was telling to Mother Parvati, Mayavadam asat shastram prachannam bauddham uchyate. He's saying, oh Devi, in the Kali Yuga, I am going to appear as a Mayavada Brahmani. Prachannam bauddham uchyate, to destroy the Bauddha philosophy. I am going to introduce the concept of God to them. But he never said God is a person. He said God is there, but doesn't have personality. Now once you die, you are going to merge with God. He said, you are there as eternal living entity. God is also eternal. Once you die, you are going to merge in the eternity. In one sense, you are also God. That is what Shankaracharya told. And Shankaracharya came around 534 BC. 534. Buddha came before him. Shankaracharya came around 6th century. Now, this Mayavadism was spreading everywhere like wildfire. Starting from Badrinath till Kanyakumari, you see Shankaracharya's steps will be there even now also. 32 years only he lived, but the impact that he have made, it was very, very, very profound. He touched the scriptures, he gave the Bhashyam, he gave the Vedanta Sutras, but in a twisted manner. He also told to Parvati, I am going to mislead the people for time being. It was required. Why? Because people are godless, people don't know God. So Shankaracharya came at that time and presented the concept of Mayavadism. Advaita it is called. What is Advaita? Dvaita means duality. Advaita means
one.
No duality. Means what? There is no different things called God and living entity. Both are one. And this was very, 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 very prevalent. Now if you see the last stage of Shankaracharya, he couldn't hold that, someone knows the truth, but they are telling lies. And they cannot hold the truth for a long time. So in the last stage of Shankaracharya life, he spoke Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam. He glorified Lord Krishna's personality with 8 verses called Krishnashtakam. He glorified Lord Jagannath with Jagannathashtakam. These all Ashtakams and all wonderfully he described, explaining the personal aspect of the Lord. Right? So now came a profound Acharya in the 10th century. He was Ramanujacharya. Now before Ramanujacharya, if you see from the 5th century, 6th century, 7th, 8th, 9th, these centuries all are filled with Alvars. You know Alvars?
Yes.
Alvar. Yes. Bhutat Alvar, Nam Alvar.
Tirupati
while climbing up, you will see all the Alvars deities, left side, right side. So these Alvars all are occupied in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th century. And they all were describing the principles of Vaishnavism. That God is a person, you are also a person. Once you die, once you attain perfection, you are going to still maintain your personality individually and serving God. And they kept on building this philosophy, and they are just like, how the plane takes off, first throttle, enough throttle should require the plane. So in the runway it goes with enough throttle, and finally it launches. So until the Ramanujacharya came, they all were building throttle, and Ramanujacharya just took it off like this. So Ramanujacharya spoke about Vishishtadvaita. What is Vishishtadvaita? Dvaita means what? Vishishtadvaita means is expanding version of duality. Right? So from 10th century till 12th century, of course even now Ramanuja followers are there, but they spoke elaborately about God is a person, you are also a person. Even if you attain perfection, you are going to maintain your individuality still and serving the Lord. And he gives a beautiful analogy of green tree and green parrot. Ramanacharya explains the analogy. How? Let's say there is a green tree. And if green parrot goes and sits into the tree, can we make out where is parrot? No. It appears that the green parrot has merged in the green tree. Oh. Now if parrot you compare as a living entity. Living entity is spiritual in form. And green tree compared to the spiritual world. So if a spirit soul attains a perfection and goes to spiritual world, it appears that we have merged into the spiritual world. But what is the green parrot doing inside the green tree? It is nicely eating the fruits. Activity is there. Similarly, the spirit soul, once it goes back to spiritual world, there is activity there also. We all will be searching Lord. We all will be serving the Lord, who is the supreme spirit soul, in whatever way we want. This philosophy Ramanacharya expanded like anything. Right? And until the 12th century came another profound Acharya. Who is? Sri Madhvacharya. Sri Madhvacharya ki Jai. And Madhvacharya explained Dvaita philosophy, elaborating the concepts of Ramanujacharya. Now, who is Madhvacharya? Madhvacharya is an incarnation of Vayudeva. You all know Vayudeva? Vayudeva in Treta Yuga came as Hanuman, Vayuputra. Hanuman is also a part of Rudra. If you see Hanuman Chalis, how many know Hanuman Chalis? You all would have heard, no? There is a line, Shankar Suvana Kesari Nandan. Shankar Sumana means what? He is a part of Rudra, Kesari Nandan. He is a son of Vayudeva also. Right? So Treta Yuga he came as Hanuman, Dwapar Yuga he came as a Bhima. Vayuputra came as a Vayudev came as a Bhima. And in Kali Yuga, he came as an Acharya called Madhvacharya. So Madhvacharya is an incarnation of Vayudeva. Very, very, very strong physically also. Now before his birth, I'll talk about this land, how this land has come into picture. So, we all know Parshuram. Parshuram is with which incarnation? Sixth. So I have just sent one prayer in the group. You all can open, we'll chant that prayer. So this is Dashavatara Stotra written by Jayadeva Goswami. You can repeat after me. Kshatriya Rudhiramaye
Kshatriya Rudhiramaye
Jagata Pagata Papam Snapayasi Shamita Bhavatapam Snapayasi Shamita Bhavatapam Keshavadhrita Bhrugupati Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadhrita Bhrugupati Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
So Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Bhrugupati, all glories to you. At Kurukshetra, you bathed the earth in the rivers of blood from the bodies of demonic Kshatriyas that you have slain. The sins of the world are washed away by you, and because of you, people are relieved from the blazing fire of material existence. So, Parashuram is also called as Shatyavesha Avatara. There are 6 prominent incarnations of the Lord, explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Chaitanya Charitamrita. What are 6 types? First is called Purushavatarras. Purushavatarras, all these Mahavishnus, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, these all are called Purushavatarras. Next is Leela Avatara, Narsimha Leela, Vamana Leela, these all are Leela Avataras. Next is Yuga Avatara, Rama Avatara, Krishna Avatara, they come at the end of the Yuga to wind up that, to re-establish the Dharma principles, they do their activities. Next is Manvantara Avatara. Manvantara Avataras are the Manus. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. If anyone is not qualified to occupy that role, Lord Krishna expands as a Manu. right? And fifth is Gunavatara. There are 3 gunas. What are 3 gunas? Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. And there is a personality for each yuga. Sattva guna in charge is Vishnu, Rajaguna in charge is Lord Brahma, and Treta Yuga in charge, Tamoguna in charge is Lord Shiva. So if any one of them not qualified to occupy that role, Lord Vishnu expands himself to occupy that role. And sixth is Shaktya-veshavatara. Means what? Krishna Shakti, Krishna's qualities, any one of the quality will be highlighted in particular jiva to create an impact in the world. Examples? Take for example, Prabhupada is a Shaktya-veshavatara. Nama Shakti has entered into Prabhupada, and Prabhupada created 108 institutions, 108 temples in 10 years. Practically no human being can ever achieve this, because that Nama Prabhu has entered, that holy name, power has entered the body of Srila Prabhupada, and he expanded. That too at the age of 70 he did it. We have one more example of Prithu Maharaj. You know Prithu Maharaj? In Srimad Bhagavatam it is said that Prithu Maharaj has done, the way he ruled his subjects. So very, very, very ideal. So Praja Palana Shakti aspect of Krishna has gone inside Prithu Maharaj. Praja Palana means what? Ruling the subject. So Prithu Maharaj is Shaktya Veshavatara. Praja Palana Shakti has entered into his body and he ruled his subjects ideally. And then if you see Parashuram, Parashuram is Krodha, anger and subduing the enemies. That aspect of Krishna has entered into his body. And we all know, I'll not get much into details of Parashuram because we have to talk so much about Revati and all those things. Right? So for time being, we'll assume that Parashuram has gone around the world 21 times in killing the kings, Kshatriya kings who are not ruling according to dharmic principles. So after killing with his Parashuram, his axe, after killing all these people, he wanted to focus on meditation now. Enough of this killing, so much of sin I have acquired. I also want to focus on my ultimate goal. So he sat on meditation towards Lord Shiva. So he sat for meditation of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva came and told to Parashuram that you should go and perform austerities to Lord Vishnu in a place called Kadali Phala. Is a fruit name also. There is a place called Kadali Phala. Shiva also guides him. You go to this spot, you will find this place. You sit there only and meditate. Now Parashuram goes in search of this place, and he will find that this place is is inside the ocean. Now how can I go inside ocean and meditate? And Parashuram is a divine personality. So with his divine powers, he invites the God who is in charge of the ocean. Who is in charge of the ocean? Varunadev. Varunadev comes and says, you see, Lord Shiva has guided me. Please allow me to take this land. I want to sit and do for meditation. And when the conversation was going on, Varunadev was not agreeing for this. Varunadev said, you see, this is my boundary. How can I allow you to take this land? Till then I have occupied, I cannot give you. And Parashuram, what is he famous for? He was not able to withhold his, already 21 times he has gone. And he was about to, but he said, I'm asking you, give me very respectfully, or else I know how to take. So then Varunadeva says, I'll not give you. And he goes inside the water. So then Parashuram, he takes his axe, Parashu, and with a lot of force he hits that spot. And when he hits that spot, starting from Kanyakumari till the Navi Mumbai, the entire belt of land got up. Even if you see the Netherlands, how many of you gone to Netherlands? Netherlands, you see, some portion of Netherlands was inside water. They used technology and drove the water a little bit front, and they built some buildings and all over there. Even Mumbai also, some part of Mumbai they have taken like that. So the Parashu, he has taken out the land from Kanyakumari till Navi Mumbai. And Udupi is considered to be the center of that. Because it's center, here also you'll find equidistance, here also you'll find equidistance. Right? and the center spot is called Udupi, the place where we are in now. Now, once he took the land, now in land inside water will have vegetation. No, so this land was barren, completely rocks and sand was there, and moreover salt water it was. In salt water, any plant grows. It became one more headache for Parashuram now. What I should do? The entire land, the belt was completely salty, not able to have any vegetation. Then he prays for Nagas, the people who are snake personified. Vasuki is the head of the Nagas. He prays for the Nagas, and Vasuki comes and he says, I want this belt to be completely fertile. So Vasuki uses his poison to nullify the salty effect of this land. Completely he nullifies. That's why you see in the belt of this Western Ghats, they have a tradition of worshipping the snakes. I don't know how many of you belong to this land. When I was studying in Suratkal, quite nearby here, every year once, some 100 coconuts they used to break, and they used to do elaborate abhishekam for the snake deity. And our campus is almost 400 acres. Every now and then we used to see some cobras. When I say cobra, it was this much thick, this much length. And at 2 years I stayed, nowhere I have heard any case that the cobras have attacked students. Because they have this people inside this particular belt, they perform this ritual. And whatever snakes you find in this belt are the next generation of this Vasukis. They are, I would say, far relatives of Nagas. So with this poison, they nullify this belt, and it becomes, if you see, this very beautiful greenery you will see now here. If you come in rainy season, no, forget about rainy season. There is no concept of, here 6 months is rainy and 6 months is summer here. There is no concept of other seasons here. See, always you have to carry umbrella. Means what?
Yes,
sunlight, huge sunlight, heavy sunlight will be there, and another side is rainy. Always rain will be there. You have to carry umbrella. So in one sense, this belt is full of greenery. This is a Western Ghats. It's not that far from the beach. From here, another 10 kilometers you go, you'll get the ocean also. Right? So in that way, Parashuram have extracted this land. Parashurama Kshetra it is called. So to glorify this particular part, there is a very ancient Durga temple nearby. Very old temple. And there are four sacred kundas. Shankha Kunda, Chakra Kunda, Parashu Kunda, and Gada Kunda or Padma Kunda. These are all 4 ornaments of Lord Vishnu, and these four sacred ponds are separated by 1-2 kilometers each. You'll not be able to go because you'll all get tired by the time you go there. And every kunda has its own feature. One kunda is always have a sweet water. One kunda never dries up. Another kunda water is very pure. So throughout the year they have that sanctity. Now, this is the glory of this belt. Now coming back to Madhvacharya. Now what is Madhvacharya's parents' name? Let's see who can recall this. Every board they have written the parents' name. That board also has. Vedavati is mother name. Father name is what is that? Madhya Geha Bhatta. Bhatta is a family, Brahmin family. So Madhya Geha Bhatta and Vedavati, they are the couple. So they had a daughter, and they for many years, they wanted to have son, but somehow they tried conceiving, but they didn't get the child. So they thought, let us do severe austerity for 12 years. Nothing, 12 years we just survive on only milk. Only cow's milk will survive, and we'll perform austerities, and we worship Ananteshwara. If you go to Udupi, there are 2 prominent temples. These temples were there much before Krishna has come here. Udupi Krishna has come here. One is Chandramauleshwara, another is Ananteshwara. It is said that first you should have worship of, first you have darshan of these 2 temples, then you go for Udupi Darshan temple. So Ananteshwara, if you see, there are 2 names in this. Ananta, Ananta means, Vishnu's name, and Ishvara means Lord Shiva's name. So Harihara Kshetras are very prominent in this belt. Harihara. Hari means Lord Hari. Hara means Lord Vishnu. Lord Shiva. Even in the Brahma Samhita also it is been taught, no? That Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu are like milk and curd. They cannot be separated. Right? So Harihara Kshetras are very prominent. In that way, Ananta Ishvara. If you go to this temple, you will see the deity is in the form of a linga, who is Lord Shiva himself. And the face will be there for this linga. It appears that he is Lord Shiva. Now, whenever there are utsavas, just like in our temple, Brahmotsavas, Radha Krishna come outside, no? Like that, the Utsava Murti of that temple is Ananta Padmanabha. So there is a Vishnu also, there is Shiva also. So Vedavati and Madhyagiha Bhatta, they used to go to Anantishvara temple every day drinking just milk, and used to ardently pray that we want a son whom we can engage him in broadcasting this Vaishnavism. I am talking about the 12th century, where Ramanujacharya sect is still there but not much expanded. But Shankaracharya's base is very strong. In one sense, they are so strong in such a way that any Vaishnavas they will find, they don't mind killing them. Any Vaishnava temples they find, they don't mind destroying them. That kind of, they were there in that particular. So Shankaracharya sect was there, Ramanujacharya base was about to build, and Madhvacharya also added now. So in one sense, Mayavadi philosophy was very, very prominent during that time. And Madhyagiha Bhattar, he was thinking that this Vaishnavism should be spreaded. So give me a child. So after 12 years of severe austerity, they were blessed with Madhvacharya. And Madhvacharya was born the exact spot where we have gone inside that place. Of course, this was not there. Now they are building. Last time when we came here also, it was under construction in the month of June. And it was water everywhere. So this is the place where exactly Madhvacharya took birth. And Madhvacharya, he is the incarnation of whom? Vayudeva has a lot of strength. So from a childhood itself, Madhvacharya showed some exemplary activities. No human being can ever imitate them. On the way you would have seen some. I'll talk one by one. So in the main temple where we had darshan, that is Ananta Padmanabha temple. And the picture of that altar was kept outside for us to identify. There is Vittala, there is Narsimha, there are so many other deities. Next to that, there was a Tulasi. They covered it with the metal. And in front of Tulasi, there is a Akshara Vyasa place, where father of Madhvacharya, Madhyageha Bhatta, has first taught. Of course, Madhvacharya by birth, he is aware of everything about Vedas, Upanishads, everything he is aware. So, but still, as a ritual, that samskaras, whatever we have, that Vidyabhyasa samskara was given to Madhvacharya at that spot. So even now, the devotees who visit this spot with their children, they sit there and they start teaching something, ABCD or I at that spot. Right. So once we came out, if you see on the way, there are so many pastime places. Now, until Madhvacharya was 5, he was here only in and around playing. And after he crossed 5 years, every day he used to visit those 4 ponds. I just explained, no? What are the 4 ponds? Shankakshetra, Parashukshetra, Gadakshetra, Padmakshetra. These kshetras he used to visit every day. Every day go sprinkle water, and they are all almost within 4 kilometer radius. Every time Madhvacharya goes out, his mother used to be always in anxiety because only one child we have got. And every time he goes out, and that time this is all forest. This is all forest. Right? So, as I said, there was a Durga temple also. So once Madhvacharya was going to have darshan of that temple as well. As I said, Vayudeva incarnated in every age. In Dwapariga, who was he? Bhima in Dwapar Yuga, when he was engaged in Kurukshetra war, he killed a demon called Maniman. So this Maniman, he promised that next life I'll definitely take birth again in the place where you are, and I'll definitely kill you. He took this promise. So Maniman took birth as a snake in this Kali Yuga, and he was waiting in that stones near the Durga temple. So whenever Madhvacharya comes, let me kill him. So Maniman, he was waiting in the form of a snake to kill Madhvacharya. And Madhvacharya could recognize this personality is last life only. He still didn't learn his lessons. So Madhvacharya, as I told, is a Y incarnation. When he saw the snake, he lifted his leg and he pressed the leg on the head of the snake. Head of the snake he pressed, and the head it got smashed. Not only that, the spot where he pressed the head of the snake, even the earth, it went little deep inside. See, one sense you will see a small hole. That hole you can see even now also. The spot where Madhvacharya killed the snake. I will share the picture of this. For time being, we cannot go that spot. So the place where he killed the Maniman demon, we can see even that place till now. And coming forward, you see there is a place where it says that here Madhvacharya cleared the debt of his father. So Madhvacharya, his father Madhyagiha Bhatta, he borrowed some money from a rich person. And as a Brahmanas are not wealthy, he was not able to clear that debt for a long time. And this person also lost patience. So every time he used to come and sit at home until Madhvacharya father comes. That until he comes, I'll not go until he settles the money today. So every day he comes and tells his son, I'll give you tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like this. He kept on postponing. So one day he determined, until you give money today, I'm not going to go from here. I'll fast also. If you don't give me food, I'll fast as well. So in that way, Madhyagiha Bhatta was hesitant to come to this spot. Why? Because that rich man is waiting. And Madhvacharya got to know this. And when he asked his mother, what is the problem? Then mother explained everything. Then he said, it's a very small problem. Give me some tamarind seeds. So tamarind seeds he took and he converted them to a gold coin. And he called this rich wealth person the spot where they constructed a small temple kind. I have written also the place where. So that spot he called the rich person and he gave this gold coins to him. And these gold coins are much more valuable than the actual debt of this person. And the rich person told, I have to give something back to you. He said, no, you take with interest and go from here. Don't ever show your face to me. Then he called his father and in that way they settled the debt. Right? And if you go inside this particular place, the Goshala, wherever we had small cows, you saw there are two big slabs. And Madhvacharya, when he was a child, I also told you as a sister, elder sister. Right? So when mother was boiling a milk and mother left the child for time being there, and he also told to guard that place. Once the milk boils over, you ensure that nothing goes inside. Talking about within 5 years old. And the slabs, if you see, you all put together, we cannot lift them. Those slabs. Madhvacharya pushed them like this, and he closed both of the walls like that. Because he is a part of Vayu. Vayudeva is a very, very powerful person. Right? So, another pastime is, of course, this one I'll come later once he comes to this part. So, yeah. So 5 years then, as after 5 years, he used to go have darshan of this fort. And his mother also developed the habit, seeing the child, that I also want to have darshan of these 4 ponds, sacred ponds. And as time went on, his mother could not go to these 4 ponds. So Madhvacharya thought, why you have to go? I'll only call all of them. And he created this Vasudeva. Yeah, you know this, we all went and sprinkled this water. Vasudeva Tirtha it is called. In fact, Madhvacharya's first name was Vasudeva. Vasudeva is his first name. Then he later became Madhvacharya. So this spot where the Vasudeva Tirtha is a collection of all the 4 ponds. The mother from now onwards you can take bath here only. So once you take bath here, it's like taking bath in all the 4 ponds. So you also took all the bath in all 4 ponds this way and sprinkled the water over there. So Vasudeva Tirtha is that. So now, after 5 years, Madhvacharya developed deep hunger for spiritual realization. When he started learning, of course, he is expert in all the subject matters. At the age of 7, he proposed to his parents, I want to become sannyasi. At the age of what? 7. So which 7 years, not even going to some first standard or second standard. Right? Now in your places, if you come to temple every day only, your parents have problems. How do you say it? I'm talking about. So Madhvacharya, when his father heard this, I want to become sannyasi, he almost fainted. Then immediately he went and told his mother. Mother also said that until we get next child, don't talk about this topic. So they were expecting, another child. Until we get second son, that also not just child, second son. Of course, next Vishnu Tirtha comes, as a brother to the all thing happened later. But this was a promise that she took from Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya also said, all right, fine. Once you get child, I'll not do all these things. So now, Madhvacharya meanwhile started writing the literature. The first literature he focused was on the Tatparya of Bhagavad Gita. Now he wanted to cross-verify this Tatparya. And the first spiritual master he accepted was Achyuta Preksha. Achyuta Preksha was his first guru, and he was taking guidance from him. Now Achyuta Preksha is a very nice personality, because he learnt about Mayavadism, he also learnt about Vaishnavism. Now he got confused. Where I should, which is the truth now? He used to always go to Ananteshwara temple and he always pray, let me have a clarity in life, not confused. Actually, some boys, they go to Isha, they go to Art of Living, they come to ISKCON later. And when we talk about reality, Prabhu, that doesn't sense for me. In Isha Foundation, they say like this. In Art of Living, they say like this, which is the truth now. Right? That's why it's who comes in touch with ISKCON first, they are most luckiest people. Why? Because that philosophy will go inside our heart and it sits there. Now Achyuta Preksha is confused. What is the truth now? Now Ananteshwara speaks to him through the deity. He says, very soon your disciple is going to liberate you. What is this? Disciple of yours is going to liberate you very soon. You are going to become disciple of your disciple. This is what Ananteshwara told him. And Madhvacharya's, when he saw the prophecy, this Madhvacharya's extraordinary qualities of learning, Achyuta Preksha was giving him guidance. Now he wanted to cross-verify this writings, the Tatparya of Bhagavad Gita, from his spiritual master. Who is he? No, Achyuta Preksha is confused now. He cannot cross-verify with him. Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva. Where is Vyasadeva? Vyasadeva is in Adi Badri. Adi Badri is where? Beyond the Badrinath.
Prabhu, this Vyasadeva is the same Vyasadeva.
Same Vyasadeva. Same Vyasadeva where Brahma imparted knowledge to Narada. Narada gave to his son Vyasa. Vyasadeva is a literal incarnation of Lord Vishnu. To describe about God, no human being can do it. To describe about God, God only should come. So Vyasadeva has put writing about Lord Vishnu in the form of scriptures, and Vyasadeva is a literal incarnation. That's why Vishnu Sahasranama says this, no? Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vishnu Rupaya Vyasavik. This Vyasadeva is Vishnu Rupa only, and that Vishnu Rupa only came as a Vyasadeva. So to cross-verify this, he has gone, he starts journey. Along with him, his disciples also accompany. So when he first time attempts to go to this Adi Badri, which is beyond the current Badrinath, so the Badrinath Kshetra where you can find Lord Vishnu's temple, you'll also find Naranarayana temple also there. So all these sages have done a lot of austerity over there. So he stays in the Badrinath for some days. And the first verification of the Tatparya was done by Vishnu himself there only. Right? In that sense, Vyasadeva has not cross-verified that. Lord Vishnu himself has approved that. Then he says, I want to learn some more concept from my spiritual master. So then he starts to go to Adi Badri. So then the disciples, while they were how fast he is, he was jumping here and there, and he just went swiftly like that. And back here, his disciples all are waiting. How did you go there? Then Vyasadeva, then Madhvacharya said like this. Means what? With that force of this hand, they all went back again to the spot of where Lord Vishnu temple is there in the Badrinath. So Badri, Adi Badri, only Vyasadeva made it, and Vyasadeva met his spiritual master face to face. Right? So this, some people might say, Prabhu, all this is make up stories and all. Actually, even now Vyasadeva stays there in the banks of river Saraswati in Adi Badri. But he exists in a different dimensions altogether. We cannot see in that dimension. we can get qualification, we can see maybe. Just like Prabhupada used to say, whenever he used to give class, he used to tell, put one more Vyasasana. Prabhupada, who is going to come? Narada Muni is going to come. Then once Prabhupada was doing Kirtan, Prabhupada suddenly laughs loudly. So what happened? Narada Muni is laughing by seeing you. He's also saying, you all made this Mlechas and Yavanas to dance to the names of the God. It is appearing very funny to me. Narada Muni was seeing. Prabhupada is seeing Narada Muni and he is laughing. And Prabhupada used to see Narada Muni also here. He used to put Vyasasana for him. So all these extraordinary divine qualities, we may not understand at our level. Right? So Vyasadeva meeting Madhvacharya has happened. It happened in around 12th century, 13th century we are talking about. So even now, Vyasadeva stays there in Badrik Ashram, in the banks of river Saraswati, and he enlightens his own disciples over there. Right? So in that way, Madhvacharya gets some more concepts of the scriptures. This time Vyasadeva teaches him the elaborate principles of Mahabharata, because if you see, there is a systematic way of explaining the scriptures also. First Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Mahabharata. Then the final work of Vyasadeva is what? Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is considered as a ripened fruit of all the Vedas. The last work of Vedavyasa is the Bhagavatam. So until then he was confusing all the people. Now do this yajna for getting that, do that yajna for getting this. Shiva is Supreme Personality in Shiva Purana, Devi Purana, Devi is Supreme Personality. In that way he confused all the people. So until he came to the final conclusion. So in this particular meeting with Madhvacharya, he highlighted more about the Bhagavatam. And he also told, please write a Bhashya. Shankaracharya had Shariraka Bhashya. Ramanacharya had Sri Bhashya. What Bhashya Gaudiya Sampradaya had?
Govinda Bhashya.
Govinda Bhashya. Very famous episode. If you come to Vrindavan, you will see this miracle. How many of you come to Vrindavan this year? At least you say, yes, I am going to come. Coming or not is next. Your words have power. Right? So Govinda Bhashya. So Madhvacharya, after meeting with Vyasadeva, he starts writing Purna Prajna Bhashya. Purna Prajna Bhashya. Purna means complete, Prajna means knowledge. Bhashya means what? Basically the formulas of Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, elaborating them in a crispy manner. Conclusions. Right? He elaborates about it. Purna Prajna Bhashya he writes. And for cross-verifying this, he again goes to Vyasadeva. See, I have written this. And Vyasadeva approves. Perfect it is. Now this teach to your disciples. So in that way, Madhvacharya has performed a lot of pastimes at Udupi. And coming to this temple, Krishna temple, a very sweet pastime of the Lord, how these deities have come here. Today evening, maybe or tomorrow morning, you might go to this Vadabhandeshwara temple. So every evening, Madhvacharya used to sit at the shore of the beach and he used to do his meditation. Sandhya Vandanam, all these rituals he used to perform. So one day, one very rich merchant, he was going into that, he was going at near the ocean, and his ship was about to sink. There was a lot of wind, it was blowing, and the ship was not able to balance. He felt the ship was about to sink. And Madhvacharya sees from the shore, and he takes his chadar and he waves like this. Says that here is the shore, you please come this side. And Madhvacharya is what? Vayu. So he controlled that. So please come like this. So he came. And there were so many goods inside the ship. This merchant felt so relieved. He told, whatever you want, Swamiji, you take inside this. There are so many valuable goods. I'm about to sell them in other place. But if not you, this wouldn't have been come here now. Whatever you want, you take. Then he said, what can I take? I'm a sadhu. I'm not interested in all this gold, valuable things and all. No, Swamiji, something you should take. So what is there in your ship? And explains everything. Then he heard the sandalwood pulp. Gopi Chandan he heard. I said, we as sadhus, we need that only much. You please, how many slabs you have? And these people are carrying the slabs for balancing the ship, not for selling. And where they have got this? There is another pastime. This ship is coming from Dwaraka. Now if you see in Dwaraka, there is a place called Gopi Talab. How many have you gone to Dwaraka? No one? Okay. Maybe we should plan now.
Yes, please.
You all say Hari Bol when you announce poster and all. No one will even say thumbs up. Then I have to call everyone Hari Bol where you said so much Hari Bol you said, and there is no coming out now. There is a place called Gopi Talab, right, in Dwarka, Gujarat. So when Lord Krishna was about to wound up his pastimes, before that I'll talk about this deity, how it has come up. So Lord Krishna, when he was in Dwaraka with all his queens, Dwaraka is again the land from the ocean, extracted the land from ocean. So he was living with 16,000 queens, and of course he relieved his mother Devaki and Vasudeva from Mathura, and he brought them to Dwaraka also. Now Devaki had a desire that you see, as soon as you took birth, you were taken away from me. Now I have not got chance to see your childhood pastimes. Can you show some pastimes? So Devaki was asking this. Krishna says, mother, most of the time I was not wearing anything in my childhood. How can I show you this? Then he says, no. For my pleasure at least. I have not seen. Only Yashoda got this mercy. I also want to see your pastimes. Then he says, all right, ensure that no queen watches me in this. Rukmini and all should not come at this place. So mother Devaki sees the childhood pastimes of the Lord. And especially she says, I want to see the pastimes which is less than 5 years. Why? 5 years babies are very cute. 0 to 5. After 6 they are little this thing, but 0 to 5 they are very. So what were you doing at the 5 years age? I want to see this. And that's how he shows this form of holding a churning rod and holding a rope at one hand, calf and butter. That was his favorite. So he showed this form, and Mother Yashoda also fed milk to the Krishna at that particular place. Now later on, Devaki couldn't withhold this what she saw, and she goes and narrates to the queens that Krishna had showed me all this. Now the head of the queens, Rukmini, says, I also want to see this. So then, she comes to Krishna and says, can you show this childhood pastimes of yours? We also have not seen. We all seen your royalty and all these things. We want to see the baby Krishna. Krishna says, what are you saying? I cannot show you this. No, you have to show. I said, no, I cannot show you, but I'll make sure that this form of mine will be visible to you with the help of Vishwakarma. So he invites Vishwakarma and says, carve the deity out of it. And Vishwakarma carves the beautiful Krishna deity, what we are seeing in the Udupi now, going to see today afternoon. That same Udupi Krishna he carves and he gives to Rukmini. So Rukmini was worshipping this deity personally. Now, once the episode of Dwaraka got destroyed, Rukmini says, this deity is very, very dear to me. She gives to the other queens and says, preserve this somewhere. Right? And Krishna winds up his leelas, he goes back, and slowly all the queens are gradually getting wound up. Now if you see, there is an episode in Bhagavatam where Arjuna goes, in the first canto, Arjuna goes to see how these all queens were doing after Krishna's departure. Yudhishthira says, if they are not well, please bring them to our Hastinapur, we will take care of them. So Arjuna goes and he sees all the queens and he says, Krishna is not there now, so I'll take you back to Hastinapur. When he was bringing back from Dwaraka to Hastinapur, this time a shepherd man who takes care of the sheep, he attacks Arjuna. This time Arjuna loses the battle. Is he talking about Arjuna who won Kurukshetra fighting with Achirata Maharathis? Now here he lost the battle with shepherd. What is the reason? Krishna is not there. Krishna is not there. He loses the battle, and all these queens, they transform themselves into a Chandan. They form a sarovar there, Gopi Chandan, Gopi Talab, and the Udupi Krishna's deity was bounded with a sandalwood face. Not only Udupi Krishna, the deity of Balaram also was carved when Vishwakarma cleared this. So that deity as well, it was wounded up in a sandalwood, the Gopi Chandan, and it was there in the Gopi Talab. And this person, when he went to Dwaraka, he wanted to balance his ship. So he wanted to have some heavy objects. So fortunately he picked up those two stones which had Krishna and Balaram inside. He doesn't know what was there inside. So that stones he picked up and put on the boat, just to balance the ship. And going forward, is where Madhvacharya met him and says, I want these 2 slabs. Right? And he says, Swamiji, very well, take it, no problem. So he takes it. And when they were about to melt that particular first one, they saw the beautiful deity of Balaram. And Madhvacharya installs the deity there itself. So there is a place called Vadabandeshwar. Vadabandeshwar is a place where Balaram deity was installed. It's a beautiful temple. Maybe tomorrow morning or today evening. If not today evening, tomorrow morning, we're going to go there for sure. It's just near the beach side. So Balaram deity was installed there. Now the second stone they carry, you know how many people carried the second stone? So the 30 devotees carried that. And they brought to the place where the temple was there. Right? The current Udupi temple was there. Earlier I told there are 2 temples there. What are they? Chandramauleshwara. I told about Ananteshwara. I'll talk about Chandramauleshwara, how this personality has come. Very interesting. Chandramauleshwara. Chandra means what? Mauleshwara means Lord Shiva. Now you all know Daksha Prajapati. Daksha Prajapati is one of the personality in charge for populating this universe. Daksha Prajapati and Shiva, they have a problem. You know this past time, 4th canto of Bhagavatam it talks about. I'll talk about that later. Before that, Daksha had so many daughters. Out of that, 27 daughters he gives to moon god. Please marry them. And these 27 daughters are stars. Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, Arudra, Punarvasu, Pushtami, Ashlesha, all these are, Rohini is also a star in that. And Rohini is considered as a powerful star. Krishna was born in the Rohini star. So moon god always was very dear to Rohini. Others he was always seeing partially. Whenever the time comes, he always find time, I want to hang around with Rohini, not others. And will others keep quiet? They went and complained to her father. They all went and told Daksha, you see this moon god is always with Rohini. He is not spending time with us. You know, father-in-law, son-in-law, father-in-law comes and tells, you see, this is how marriage life is. You have to, 27 people who are married means you have to give time everywhere equally. So he educates him and he goes. And still moon god doesn't change. Still I am attracted to Rohini only. So again he spends time with Rohini more. And this time they will all go crying. They all with tears in eyes they complain against moon god. This time Daksha gets angry. And he curses moon god saying that you will lose your complexion. You will lose your luster. You will not even shine. You will be some useless personality. He curses in anger. And Daksha is a Prajapati. His curse is very, very powerful. So moon god literally becomes, how much ever beautiful you are, opposite he becomes. Now, Krishna says, of all the nature, I am sunlight and moonlight also. Moonlight is the one who imparts somarasa into the fruits and vegetables. Whatever we are eating, no, fruits and vegetables, the juice inside is installed by the moonshine. So moon is very, 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 very important to this earthly planet. Now it is not there. Now if it is not there, the entire cosmos, there is a disturbance now. All are struggling what to do now, whom to take this curse. This person is very, very powerful. Neither he can take his curse back. What we should do? They all approach Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, they approach Parvati, says, can you please help, or else this earth will gradually get diminished. People will not have anything to eat. Lord Shiva says, you see, I also have problem with Daksha. I cannot nullify his curse completely, but to some extent I can reduce. Then the moon god comes to that place. That place got the name Udupi. The name Udupi, if you break into 2 words, Udu and Pa. Udupa. Udu means stars. Pa means the master of the stars. Who is the master of the stars?
Chandra.
Chandra is the master of the stars. Prabhupada says, no, I don't want useless stars. I want only one moon. I want only one disciple who can practice what I am teaching. Right? So the place got the name Udupa because the Chandra, the moon god, came at that spot and he was doing meditation there on Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, when he came, I said, you see, I also have a problem with Daksha. I cannot solve your problem 100%, but I can give you some relief. I can give you some relief. So then Lord Shiva says, there is a concept of Paurnima and Amavasya. What is that concept?
Increase waning moon. Waxing
And waning moon. 15 days gradually you will reduce, and finally you will go off. Gradually you come, and finally full moon. Means what? I cannot nullify you completely to become zero, but you gradually grow and then diminish. Grow, diminish. This is the final thing I can give you. And Chandra got very pleased. Yeah, something is better than nothing. And one of the reasons why Lord Shiva has this Chandra on the Jata is that moon god requested, I want to be there. Because other name of Lord Shiva is called Neelakantha. Now when he inhaled that halahala poison, the body became so hot, became so warm. To cool down, Lord Shiva keeps that Chandra also on the head. Moon is famous for soothing, cool environment. Right? So that's where Lord Shiva gave darshan to moon god, and the deity has become Chandra Mauleshwara. And that is the spot exact in the Udupi. So these two temples were there way back before Lord Krishna came. Now fast forward, coming back here, the devotees bring that 30 devotees carry that this thing, and there is a sarovar. It's called Madhva Sarovar. You can go and see that in the temple, and that's where they melt that particular sandalwood pulp. And after melting, they see the deity, beautiful form of the deity, but the deity is not even moving an inch. 30 devotees were trying to move that, is not even moving an inch. They very soon go and tell to Madhvacharya, this is happening. Madhvacharya himself comes and he takes the deity with one hand and he dips in that water, and again he brings back and he installs at the current spot where we can exactly see the Udupi Krishna, what we are going to see now. Right? So that's how the Udupi Krishna has come to Udupi. Right? So in one sense, Udupi is name is master of the stars. Who is the master of the stars? Chandra. Chandra, who is he? We say Radha Krishna Chandra. No? So here also there is a Krishna Chandra we are going to see in the evening. Beautiful Krishna Chandra. Right? So that's how the temple has come. And coming back to this pastime, as you read there, I'll just give one little background about this. So when Madhvacharya was insisting, I want to become sannyasi and I want to prevail this Vaishnavism all over the world, and he says, Father funnily says, because he says sometimes if your child, if your friend says that I want to achieve some big things, you say no, for you want to achieve this means sun should rise on the west. He say no, some funny comments like that. His father also told the same thing. When he said I want to become sannyasi, profound sannyasi in such a way that Vaishnavism will be spread everywhere, his father was laughing. It's like planting a stick, and from that stick you are expecting to grow some big tree. Then Madhvacharya said, if this is possible, will you say that Vaishnavism spreading is also possible? I say yes. And that's where he plants here a dead stick which doesn't have any life. And through that stick, this beautiful tree has come out. Right? So this is the power of Madhvacharya. So, and as a result, you see Madhvacharya has spreaded this Vaishnavism, Dvaita Siddhanta prominently everywhere. Now he also established 8 prominent mats, Ashtamathas we call it as, and they all are there only, we can see when we go there. So initially there were 2 months period for each mat. Each mat is to take care of the deity for 2 months. And there is also a 9th mat. 9th mat is meant exclusively for preaching. In 9th mat there are 2 branches. One is Vyasaraya mat, another is Raghavendra mat. Is it Raghavendra Swami we have? That is Raghavendra Swami is one mat who engages in preaching, and Vyasaraya mat is also one more mat. This is the 9th mat. It engages in preaching. All the 8 mats they establish exclusively for taking care of this deity. So 2 months they take on rotation in the initial phase. Later on they felt, they see 2 months is very less. By the time we realize how many services are there for him, our time gets over. We want some more time. So the 2 months have become 2 years now. Right? So when when Madhvacharya goes to meet once again to Vyasadeva, this time Vyasadeva gives the shaligrams to Madhvacharya. And some shaligrams were distributed to all these 8 mathas. And every matha has unique shaligram. Not only that, Madhvacharya gave 8 set of deities to all these 8 mats. If you see those deities, you will come to conclusion that a human being cannot carve these deities at all. No machine can ever carve this. So fine details you will see in these deities. Extraordinary deities, and these deities will not show anywhere. The head of the mat will always carry with him. Recently, last year, we had one of the well-wisher of our temple who is Madhva Sampradaya Brahmin. He invited me that you all know this brand called Phalamrita brand, which gives milk in Bangalore. Phalamrita. Yes. The Phalamrita brand's owner is a Madhvacharya Madhva Brahmin. He also have a 1,000 acres land which is called Pajaka Kshetra. His land name is a Pajaka Kshetra. So he invited me there that this Matapidadipati is going to come and he is going to show one of the extraordinary deity that's given by Madhvacharya. I was very excited. I went there. So then he opened the trunk box and he showed the deity of Vithala. Vithala deity is one of the deity given by Madhvacharya. It's completely tulsi bed. They kept it and they very systematically they took out and they performed elaborate abhisheka. Everything we have got chance to see that, right? And later on they carefully pack it and take it back. In that way, Madhvacharya gave 8 sets of deities for all these Ashtamathas, right? But Madhvacharya also established a very, very stringent principles. Stringent principles means what? No compromise. Only Brahmin class can take up the next forward sannyasi roles or whatever roles you have. Only the people who are born in or select full Brahmins are also, not everyone. Only select class of Brahmins can be part of expanding the Madhva philosophy. Like this, there are so many restrictions in there, right? So going forward, if you see Madhvacharya, then came Vyasa Tirtha, Padmanabha Tirtha. In that way came Ishwarapuri, Madhavendra Puri, Ishwarapuri. Then came Lord Krishna himself in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu got education in that, and then he gave to Goswamis. Goswamis too. We have got our Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Then we have got Srila Prabhupada. So that way, this lineage of Madhvacharya, if you see the Bhagavatam, most of the places you will find the reference about Madhvacharya's commentary on Bhashyam, on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam as well. Means what? Srila Prabhupada have retained the teachings of Madhvacharya also in his books. Right? So, currently we are 32nd Acharya of the ISKCON, which is a Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Madhvacharya is our Param Guru. Right? And in the Ananteshwara temple, I'll show you this part when we, fortunately if you are there with me, I'll show you this part. Ananteshwara temple, every day Madhvacharya used to give discourses by sitting in one granite stone. Even today, he is still there, but we cannot see him. There's another part. So, the granite stone where Madhvacharya sat, every day he used to give discourses. And after Madhvacharya, it is said that Madhvacharya disappeared from that spot only, not anywhere else. We will not find the body of Madhvacharya buried somewhere or like that. Madhvacharya disappeared from that spot. If you see Ramanujacharya, if you go to Srirangam, you will see Ramanujacharya's body even now also. It is being preserved with some herbs. But Madhvacharya body you will not get to see, which is buried or somewhere like that. It got disappeared. So that spot, they have locked the door, will be able to see through small window. Now once the Ashtamata Pitadhipatis thought, let us install a deity at this spot just to glorify Madhvacharya. So they all were preparing. When they are about to install the deity tomorrow, today night, Madhvacharya came to the dream of one of the prominent Pitha. He came to the dream of one of the prominent Pitadhipati and said, don't put anything on me. What is the meaning of don't put anything on me?
Don't install.
Huh?
Don't install.
I'm still sitting there. Don't install any deity. So then they immediately stopped the plan of installing the deity over that spot. So even now the place is empty there. You will see the granite slab where Madhvacharya is sitting there. So they believe even now Madhvacharya is sitting there. Right? That spot also we can see. If probably if less crowd is there, they might allow to see the spot. Right? And Chandramoneshwar temple also we can have darshan, and the beautiful deity of Krishna also we can have darshan. And you all know the famous devotee of the Lord, who was considered as an outcasted person. And Lord Krishna has turned himself, Kanakadas, to give darshan to him. So Lord Krishna is dear to everyone. He is Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. He is Suhrudam Sarva Bhutana. He doesn't discriminate anyone. He just see how much love you have got for me. Right? And currently if you see that quality Srila Prabhupada has imbibed, Prabhupada never saw whether you are African, American, European, Indian. No. He just say, do you have intention to develop love of God? Yes, accept this. Right? So, in that way you see this Srila Prabhupada's appearance is also very, 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 very merciful. No Acharya has ever given this kind of mercy. I was hearing recently one pastimes about the disciples. One disciple was recollecting that he was telling, Prabhupada was telling to him that Prabhupada says that I have purchased ticket to everyone to go back home, back to Godhead. What is the meaning of that? Everyone who is there in this material world, I have purchased ticket for them, for a train to go back from material world to spiritual world. In one sense, you see, what is the capacity of this pure devotee? For us to purchase some tickets, Vrindavan ticket only, we feel, मेरा month end है प्रभु, अभी नई salary आया, credit card करने का भी credit card बहुत minus हो गया अभी. And Prabhupada is saying, I purchased ticket to everyone, and to a place where no one can access it. Right? This is the power of a pure devotee. So Prabhupada says, just sit in the train, don't get down. What is the meaning of sitting in a train? Follow what I am saying. Chant 16 rounds every day and follow these 4 guilty principles. It's not that difficult. 16 rounds, 2 hours. If you think going back home, back to Godhead, solving the problem of repeated birth and death is very important to me, can't you give 2 hours in a day? You should see this priority. No Prabhu, अभी job important है, अभी X% hike important है Prabhu. हम तो बाद में देख लेंगे, बाद में 60 years के बाद ये सब कुछ. Recently I have sent one animation in one group. How many of you saw this? Very funny they made. The accent was very good actually, I liked it very much. After 60 years, what? This is Arjuna Shastra Putta means what will happen? 60 years of your life has gone, so much in earning money. And at the end you ask, Krishna is asking, lift the beads and chant. Your hands will be shivering. Forgot about 16 rounds. 1 round also will not be able to chant. That's why it's and this Srila Prabhupada is getting glorified tomorrow. Title of Vishwa Guru we are going to dedicate at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna at Udupi. And you all have got a free tip for this. See how much mercy you all have got. And you see some 5 items breakfast you have got. Imagine if it's a free trip, they will give you some rice, you say, have this only. First of all, you came free. On top of that, you are demanding so much. Take this. But it's not like that. We gave you nice breakfast. Right? Lunch also you will see what is there here. Laughing. He is also there.
We have a opportunity to see the 8 deities.
Oh no. They all have different schedules. Fortunately, sometimes they come out. Sometimes they come out as a parade. Very difficult to see. But they are all extremely beautiful. As I said, no human being can ever harm those beauties. Extraordinarily beautiful they are. And some very fine details were captured in the deities. Machinery cannot do that. Right? All our deities are hand plus machine carved. Marble, can it be brass, can it be stone? These are all machine plus handmade. Still they are beautiful. But these deities what Madhvacharya has given along with Shaligrams, they are extremely beautiful. Right? So, coming back to this. Prabhupada says, sit in the train, don't get down. Chant 16 rounds every day. Come whatever may. It's like you see, no one is busy, everyone is busy. Everyone have their own priorities in life, that's the only difference. Now we don't have spirituality as priority, that's it. Right? So when you regularly associate with devotees, when you weekly once if you come to temple, those vibrations will hit you. You feel difference, no? Don't come temple for 1 month. You'll feel like not chanting only. Because the other energy of the Lord will take over. Maya Shakti will take and keep you engaged sufficiently. He'll say, I don't have time for all this. Now after 1 month you come, when folk guide asks you how many rounds you are chanting, you'll be repenting inside. Prabhu, I'm not chanting, Prabhu. Prabhu, 16 rounds I used to chant. Now I'm chanting 4 rounds, Prabhu. Then you have some list of complaints to tell. That is not there, this is not there, that is not there, this is not there. Now who has chosen this? Who has chosen this? So we. Everyone has his own free will. Now we have to engage that free will consciously. If you take 1 step towards Lord, Krishna will run 10 steps towards you. He is very eager to take us back. Then we are eager to go back to him. Right? So such places whenever we come, we should take some commitments. Let me chant this number of rounds. Of course 16 rounds is always the benchmark. Those who are chanting, we should pray, let me do it very quality rounds of 16 rounds. Those who are not chanting 16 rounds, we should take the next step now. Let's say someone is chanting 1 round. You should say from now onwards I'll chant 2 rounds. Right? Someone is chanting 4 rounds. So 6 rounds I'll chant. Who are chanting 8 rounds? 12 rounds I'll chant. And you should pray to Madhvacharya here that please help me to maintain this. When we take these commitments in such holy places, that spiritual Shakti will definitely help you. Right? Or else go to Bangalore, same work, same office, same faces, same money you have to see. No change will be there. Right? That's why you should always hanker. Prabhu, next trip kab hai? When are you going to next trip? You all want to come. That's way far. We are going to some very powerful temple next. Shri Ahobilam Dham ki Jai. So now in Narasimha temples we are going. Whatever daridra you have got, Narasimha will kick with his left leg if you come there. Right? We are going to launch very soon. So Ahobilam is we are conducting, and that is on the weekend. January 24, 25, 26. 26th is your Republic Day, public holiday. Saturday, Sunday is anyway holiday. If you don't have holiday, please take holiday. It's worth taking holiday. Okay? Because these are the ones which will give you a clarity in life. The real education about the life can be given in spirituality. Whatever you are studying, it might help you till 40, 50 years. After that, what? You have no idea. Yeah. Many are struggling. So take advantage of this. At this place, once again, we'll go have darshan of that Ananta Padmanabha deities there. And once again, you can see all these places, whatever I have told about. And lunch will be ready by 1 o'clock. Oh, 12:30 already. So another half an hour you can explore. Prepare yourself, do some warm-ups. So that what are you going to have prasadam? It's going to be. So after prasadam, a very interesting thing we all have planned. We all gonna have kabaddi game. Actually in the beach, so we're gonna spend there. So we'll go there, we'll play kabaddi, and we're gonna have a kirtan also there, dance wholeheartedly. And after that, we'll proceed to Udupi temple. Okay? So Udupi temple, it will be open throughout the day. Till 11 o'clock it will be open. We'll have darshan. If darshan gets over early, we'll also visit the Balram temple, Vadabandeshwar temple. If it is not happening, tomorrow morning it will be there anyway. So our dinner is planned in Udupi only. That general dinner what they give. Annadana is very tasty. We all gonna have there. Because after eating this much, you will feel rice rasam only give. I don't want I don't want only. Some will go hotel and sleep also. So we will go once again. We'll have darshan of all this. We'll first do circumambulation of history 1, and we can go. Once again, we see all these places, and we will tell you the hall. Please keep eye on your mobile group, so that you will be aware what is happening next. Okay. So, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We'll talk.